Welcome back. Here we are, back at the IBC, because we accidentally started a little scene outside, didn't we? Which was basically just leading up to go speak to the receptionist, which we plan to do. Hello, and welcome to the International Bank of Crossbell. It's good to see you again, Miss McDowell. I see you've brought your SSS companions too. Thank you for helping us test our new service. It couldn't have reached its current popularity without your efforts. Really, that's good to hear. I'm glad we were able to assist you. Likewise, we'll be sure to rely on your help again when the time comes. Anyway, how may I help you today? Well, actually, there's something I'd like to ask you, Lanfei. Is Mr. Crois in today? Oh, you're not here to see Miss Crois? Indeed. I must apologize for our lack of appointment, however. But even so, I'd still like to meet with him. Or is he absent? Actually, he's in his office right now. Will your companions be joining you for the meeting? They will be. We'd like to ask him a few questions regarding a certain incident. Oh, really? Understood. Please wait while I notify him of your arrival. Leave it up to Elle to crash the CEO's party like it's nothing. Seriously. It's like she's from a totally different world. Maybe she is. Yes, okay. Understood. I'll send them in. Mr. Crois will meet with you now, Miss McDowell. I'll issue a key card for the elevator. His office is on the top floor. Excellent. Thank you, Lanfei. Ooh. Shall we board the elevator then? No. Sounds like a plan. I have to say, you really pulled through back there, Elie. Well, let's head on up and have a nice little chat with Mr. CEO himself. Mr. Crois is ready to meet you, so please take the elevator to the top floor. The elevator can be found on the right side of this floor. Oh, isn't that lovely? Why don't you have one on either side? Kind of strange. See if you actually moan at us for going in now. Do you have business on the top floor? Please board the elevator and scan your keycard. How does he know we have business on the top floor, rather than just up? It's a swanky elevator, isn't it? The CEO's office is on the top floor, right? What's the purpose of this card we were given, though? That's just an identification card. Because of all the different businesses that operate out of this building, the IBC issues cards to access the appropriate floor. So it's basically a beefed up security system then. Kind of feel like they're using all the latest gadgets just because they can. Well, the IBC once led the Crossbell City portion of the Orbital Network project. The scope of the project grew to its current size once the Crossbellian government joined. I have heard speculation the IBC provides approximately 60% of the funding. I heard the same as well. I believe the government provides 30%. While the Epstein Foundation provides the final 10%. Incredible. Didn't know they were shouldering more than half the cost. So you're telling me Crossbell's most generous man's waiting for us at the top, eh? Yes, now give me the card, please. I'll take us to where we need to go. Elie inserted the ID card into the slot. Ooh, 16th floor, you say? Well, I'm spoiled for choice here. Why don't you just take me up? Why do you even give me the option? Wow. Glass. This view is amazing. Phew. This place cost him a mountain of mirror. I have visited the Epstein Foundation's office in this building, but it hardly compares. The view from this floor is exceptional. I absolutely agree. The CEO's office is at the end of the hallway. I think it'd be rude of us to keep him waiting after he agreed to meet us on such short notice. Good call. Can we not? I wanted to look out across Crossbell rather than the state, if that makes sense. The city itself is what I wanted to do. Calvard spies everywhere, look. There's just loads of them. The door is locked. This is Bell's room, isn't it? What's wrong, Elie? Oh, it's nothing. Uncle's office is just down this hallway, Lloyd. We should go. Yeah, let's. What's this a picture of? Well, what are these pictures? Are they anything in particular? I've asked that before and people point out, like, oh yeah, it's from this game, it's from that game. Just wondering if that's the same case here. That looks like it could just be a general street, like an actual picture. I don't know. Let me know if it's not. Uncle Dieter? It's Elie. Oh, come in, come in. Thank you, sir. Now, is this the guy that I think he is? The one I saw in the newspaper in Cold Steel? Because that's something I vaguely remember. Elie! It's been far too long, I say. Yeah, that's him, isn't it? Yeah. Close to half a year, if I remember correctly. That sounds about right. But more importantly, I'm glad to see you're doing well, Uncle Dieter. My apologies for not having scheduled a proper appointment with you. Oh, Elie, don't talk as though we're strangers. Please, relax. You're my little girl's best friend and the daughter of my own good friend as well. Surely you haven't forgotten. Who are you again? You are nothing short of family at this point. Thank you, Uncle. Truly. Think nothing of it. Now, I've heard from my dear beloved daughter that you joined the CPD. Would these be your fellow officers, then? They are indeed. We're all part of the Special Support Section. Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Lloyd Bannings, and I'm Randy Orlando. Tio, Plato, how do you do? It's nice to finally meet the three of you. I've read all about you in the Crossbell Times. I am Dieter Crois, CEO of the International Bank of Crossbell. Lloyd, Randy, and Tio, you say? We're all friends here, so I would appreciate it if you were at ease around me. Oh, swing. Okay. Were his teeth gleaming just now? This old dude's a breath of fresh air, eh? Anyway, shall we get down to business? To defeat... Aha, I believe you're here to ask me a few questions. May I ask what they concern? Right, the thing is, we're trying to uncover the truth behind our current investigation, and as of now, we've reached a dead end. I think I understand your predicament. This Yin fellow sent an orbital mail from the IBC to your office, did he? Correct. We suspect it was sent from the IBC's main terminal. There is a strong possibility Yin took control of the terminal in order to do just that. I see. To be perfectly honest, I have the utmost confidence in our building security. Even more so when it comes to the floor the main terminal is on. Only a few authorized individuals can access it as is. Furthermore, you must have the proper authentication to operate the terminal. I know this may be rude of me to ask, but have any employees with the proper clearance been acting suspicious recently? Perhaps a recent hire or somebody who's been acting out of the ordinary? Not that I can think of. To be frank, Frank Crois you can call me, there isn't a single employee I don't trust. But that brings me to another thought, Lloyd. Have you not explored any other avenues? Others? Like what, Frank? Let's see. Okay, for example, what if I was pretending to be this Yin character and I sent you the message? I mean, that's pretty much what's going on. Whether or not it's him, well, What? You're joking, right? Must be. That can't be true. Calm down, everyone. It was purely hypothetical, of course. Could you imagine the headlines if I had revealed that I was, in fact, a legendary assassin? This goes without saying, but reality is hardly ever that outlandish. I think you'll end up in the papers. Right, of course. Uncle, I would appreciate it if you didn't scare us like that. Even hypothetically. Quite the practical joker, is he not? I apologize, that was crude of me. Anyway, Crossbell's independence. Like what? I'm joking, of course. However, I would give things a second glance. If one of my employees was truly responsible for sending you the orbital mail, would I not essentially be implicated in that crime? I suppose so. That is certainly one way to look at it. It's So you're telling us not to consider any IBC workers as the suspect? Hey Tio, that transmission between the IBC and SSS terminals, would it be possible to mask the location it was sent from? An interesting question. It is possible that the IBC's main terminal was hacked from an external source. Hacked? How does that mean? I don't fully understand it myself, but I believe it's a technique used for the unauthorized operation of a terminal, primarily by breaching one's security system. That would be the core of it, yes. Any terminal connected to the orbital network can theoretically be accessed by another terminal. You would need to be unbelievably talented and familiar with the technology, of course. It does limit the amount of people it could be then, doesn't it? People capable of accessing terminals through such means are known as hackers. The orbital network is still in its testing phase, so there are a limited number of places that have access to terminals. So the only place I can think of at the moment is the SSS and the hotel. I mean, maybe the police officers. Well... But despite these limitations, we have already begun to encounter security issues. Interesting. So you're telling me, not only is this young guy some crazy assassin, but he's also an orbital whiz? I don't think we should jump to conclusions. Though we should consider the possibility that the orbital mayor was sent from elsewhere. And I truly hope the situation is resolved without having to doubt my loyal employees. More importantly, it poses a serious problem if the main terminal has been hacked. I have an idea. Would you like to enter the terminal room and investigate it for yourselves? I mean, yes, of course. Seriously. Are you sure that's okay? Of course. You may be able to find evidence of hacking if you examine the terminal itself. I'll have the staff down there assist you in case you have any questions down there. That would be incredibly helpful, sir. How far down do you mean? Thank you, Uncle. We really appreciate it. My pleasure. This is an issue that I, too, should find an answer to, no? And I must say, Elie, I get the impression you've been living quite the fulfilling life these days, or am I mistaken? Oh, I don't. Now, I had my reservations when I first heard that you decided to join the CPD. However, I now understand just how valuable your experiences have been for you. Please allow me to aid you in any way I can. Uncle Dieter. It's reassuring to hear that from you. I'm glad. Oh, one more thing. I see great potential in the four of you, now that we've spoken face to face. Really? Why's that? I recognize this music. I'm sure you have realized this already, but Crossbell is plagued with a rather unique set of problems, and I'm sure Elie is painfully aware of this as well. I believe that the most significant problem we face as a society is that justice has lost all substance. It has become a shadow of its former self. What do you mean, sir? How is that possible? Could you elaborate, please? The idea, the very concept of justice, has become nothing more than an empty vessel, lip service, if you will. Every individual has their own perspective, of course. That may be why some feel the need to loudly proclaim that it's dead. Justice has and never will exist in this state. However, no matter what people say, humans have been in pursuit of justice. That is what drives us forward, gives us the will to move on. Justice. Is that really so important? Oh, yes. Justice is the foundation of a trustworthy society. If criminals were not bound by that justice we call law, the masses would simply isolate themselves in the safety of their own homes, never to venture out into what they see as a dangerous world. Would you not agree? It's that sort of thing, like, quite a substantial part of the world is in that predicament right now because of the coronavirus, but I mean, completely irrelevant to this. It's just that sort of like isolating yourselves in the safety of your own homes. It's like, yeah. And if that were the case, any hope of a functioning society would disappear. Don't view me as a pessimist, though. While justice has, in fact, become something of a blurred ideal in Crossbell, true justice may yet be within our grasp. How so? I'm not sure I follow you entirely. Political corruption, the criminal underworld. Even if the police cannot tame them, the economic prosperity we currently experience allows our citizenry to live their lives in relative comfort. Petty crime is at an all-time low because of it, but an unseen evil still spreads across our land. However, despite the dire situation, people still seek justice. From the very core of their being, they desire it once more. Because no matter what shape or form justice takes, people will always pursue the security that is a trustworthy society. And that is precisely why Crossbell's braces experience the popularity that they do. That would make sense. But the safety of civilians above all else. They certainly do seem to be allies of justice. Ain't that the truth? Kinda had a good feeling Crossbellans worship the guild way more than any other country does. I wholeheartedly agree. It's clear to see. Though, as I'm certain you're aware, the extent to which braces can exercise justice is severely limited. That has been and continues to be their fatal flaw. It's simply impossible for them to resolve the injustices of the city. And that is why I expect great things from you. You may be the cure to the plague Crossbell struggles against. What? So, are you telling us to start taking down all the bad guys? That's a large order, Dieter. Trust me, I have no intention of having you tackle such a childish, naive mission. You all, in your own way, seem to be desperately pursuing justice. And it's important that you show it in ways your average Crossbellan can comprehend. That way they can see that justice is not out of reach. I see. Justice still lives on in Crossbell. But just to give people a reason to believe that. Sharp. You certainly are your father's daughter, Elie. And for that reason, every article that the Crossbell Times publishes on that special support section is vital to your success. People notice and remember. You may still be young and inexperienced officers who make mistakes from time to time, but I believe everyone will notice your earnest pursuit of justice. There will be a fair amount of naysayers, however I don't believe that the majority of the citizenry has a negative perception of you. In fact, I think they've begun to place their hopes in you, even if they may not show it quite yet. Look at me, delivering a passionate speech in the heat of the moment. Let's return to the issue at hand, shall we? I believe I was about to give you permission to go and inspect the terminal room, yes? Yes, sir, that's right. As long as you're still willing, of course. Where should we go to gain access? Let's see. I would gladly escort you, but unfortunately I have many matters to attend to. Once our discussion is concluded, I'm just wondering, like, what matters? Like, I mean, he's a busy man, yeah, sure, but it's like, Oh, our apologies, we didn't mean to overstay our welcome. Hey, don't mind, Elie, I enjoyed our brief chat. Chat, that's what you call that. Shall I have one of my employees take you? And that won't be necessary. That's some hair. Who is she? Belle. Ah, so you've returned. Yes, Father. I just arrived moments ago. It's been too long, Elie. Cut it out, Belle. How long has it been? 2 months? 3? 6 years? Have you gotten dinner, Elie? Have you been eating right? We can always fix that, no problem. I also see that your arms and legs have shaped up nicely too, very impressive. It's only natural that I'd build some muscle given our daily routines. I may have actually gained a few pounds, believe it or not. Oh, is that right? Now you mention it, I can feel that your muscles have become a bit more flexible. I must say, this sensation is absolutely marvelous. It really is something to behold. Please stop. She's bold, isn't she? Thank you, Adios. I will treasure this moment for the rest of my life. I get the impression their relationship transcends your ordinary friendship. Hasn't this heartfelt reunion carried on long enough, Mariabell? Or would you rather our guests continue to stare? Stare? Oh dear. Suck away all the fun, Father. Everyone, allow me to introduce my friend. This is Mariabell Crois, Uncle Dieter's daughter and my best friend. These are my colleagues, Belle. Lloyd, Randy, and Tio. Enough with the introductions, dear. I'd much rather inspect them myself. Huh? I see. What? Can I help you? You pass, dear. You're as cute as a button. And both of you fail miserably. What? Why? The hell, I'm cute as a button too. Cure! The thought of you mangy mutts being by my dear Ellie's side day in day out is revolting. The goddess herself must be crying, no, sobbing at this tragedy. Absolutely unacceptable. Did you just call us mutts? Calm down, Belle. And what's with your outfits? They are far too casual for someone of Ellie's pedigree. You could at least have the decency to wear an appropriate suit or something of the like. These clothes make traveling easier. Like when we're having to hike in the mountains, or if we have to trek through difficult terrain. Quiet, I didn't ask for any excuses, did I? You see, Ellie, this is exactly why I didn't want you to work for the CPD. Why couldn't you have worked for me instead? It would have been a much more worthwhile use of your time and talent. That's enough, Belle. What a vivacious group of youngsters you are. You're all around the same age, so you should focus on becoming friendlier. Go out and do something fun together sometime. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to stop putting off my next appointment. Could you show our guest to the terminal room later, Belle? The terminal room? Why would I do that? You can ask them for the finer details. Farewell, everyone. It was a pleasure. Now, get out. Sir? A tactical retreat, if I have ever seen one. That oaf. Then could you please lead us to... I wasn't finished talking down to you yet. You there, with the fiery red hair and gaudy outfit. Do you honestly think that this is acceptable? A built physique like yours demands to be shown off in a suit, like a real man. Who? Me. Sorry to disappoint, but that ain't gonna happen. I'm a bona fide Casanova. I don't need no suits. Don't get me wrong, though, I would never try to seduce Elle, especially during a romantic moonlit night. You know, like my main man Lloyd right here. Excuse me? Randy. Why? Would you please stop retelling the story in an intentionally misleading way? I failed to see what exactly he said was misleading. Besides, your mood has improved dramatically since last night's fateful rendezvous under the stars. Tio, please. Oh, come on, you're making it worse on purpose, Tio. Don't say you aren't. Lloyd, was it? Care to elaborate on your friend's little story? Because there's something I'd like to know. What vile, lecherous thing have you done to my sweet, innocent Elie? Haven't done anything to her. Why would I? Elie, would you please back me up here? Dear, oh dear. I think I understand the situation now. Shall I show you to the terminal room then? And that would be lovely, Belle. It's not too much trouble? Of course not. I'd do anything for you, Elie. So, have we cleared up that misunderstanding? Well, it's not like it matters anymore. I was just worried about what kind of unsavory group the Special Support Section was. In the end, you'll have to prove that you're worthy of being called Ellie's colleagues. Why was I the only one under fire? Dude, I could have sworn she was about to chokeslam you back there. I offer you my sympathies, Lloyd. I think you've had enough fun, Belle. Could you show us to the terminal room now? Of course, follow me. The terminal room is down on floor B5. Shall we board the elevator then? Ugh. She's a real piece of work. I promise she's not a bad person. It's just, I sometimes can't be sure if she's being overbearing or overly enthusiastic. Or both. No biggie. She and her old man sure make a hell of a team, don't they? That is unsurprising for the two heads of the famous International Bank of Crossbell. Dear, oh dear. The door is locked. Oh, that's my private room! Would you like to join me for some tea? It'll be my treat. Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, we're a little busy right now. Well, Lloyd is the worst protagonist. Didn't say yes to tea. Do you mind showing us to the terminal room first? Not at all. I'll show you the way. Shall we board the elevator then? I want tea. The door is locked. Anything in here special? Clearly not. Just wondering, is that sort of thing like, why we've got it here? Is there anywhere else we could go? Oh, straight off, down, fine, whatever. Didn't want to do anything anyway. Yin, was it? What exactly is his objective? We haven't been able to come to a conclusion yet, unfortunately. Got any takes for us, Lloyd? I'm sure you've probably figured out a thing or two already. Actually, yes. Hear me out on this. What if I told you the threat letter and the orbital mail were written by two different people? What's that supposed to mean? The first letter clearly wasn't Risha, so it wasn't Yin. The second one was. What's that supposed to mean? I am not sure I follow. It's actually pretty simple. Cease production of your new show, or the beloved Blazing Dancer will have a tragic accident. Yin. The threat letter's phrasing is odd but straightforward. Meanwhile, if you recall the orbital mail, I, Yin, hereby submit my support request. Overcome this trial and face me. Only then will I grant you your mission. The orbital mail is written with an old-fashioned diction. Don't you think they read way differently? I see your point. Damn, I feel kinda stupid. I'm surprised we didn't see right through it when we first received the orbital mail. And what do you make of all of this? A few possibilities come to mind already. For example, what if Yin doesn't operate alone? No, come on, Lloyd, you're on the right lines here, come on. I've got great hopes for you here. Their accomplice could have sent us the orbital mail. Another possibility is that Yin intentionally wrote them differently to throw us off. I could list off an endless number of possibilities, and quite frankly, it wouldn't be smart of us to continue investigating based off of assumptions. I see. How curious. Come again? Oh, you'll see. Oh, wait, what? What does that mean? Welcome to B5F. This floor houses the IBC's main terminal. The terminal room is right down the stairs. You pulled out all the stops securing this place, didn't you? Of course. We're considering storing all of our clientele's data here eventually. Since we lack any safeguards against hackers, we have to play it by ear in the meantime. That makes sense. We could have a national scandal on our hands if client data were to leak, right? That's correct, Tio. And for that reason, we're still in the development stages.